Hey gang, GamerDad here. Today I would like to talk about something very important to the gaming community, gaming pricing, or more importantly, the $100 video game. You're like, what? $100? But it's becoming the norm. And it's interesting because, the norm used to be $59.99. Then it was $69.99. A lot of games are coming out $79.99. However, we have the whole issue of DLC, add-ons, these kind of things like that. And the base price, if you get everything for a video game, is now $100. $100. Are we willing to pay $100? I don't think so. I'm a gamer, man, and I'm assuming if you're watching this video, you're a gamer too. We've always been willing to pay top dollar for a video game that gave us awesome graphics, really good gameplay, story, these kind of things like that. We'd pay a good buck for that. And still, bang for your buck, video games are probably one of the cheapest forms of entertainment. And here's my rating for an awesome video game. Can you get 1,000 hours of gameplay out of it? That's an insane amount, but I've got that in Civ 5, StarCraft, DayZ, a bunch of other games like that. If I get 1,000 hours out of a video game that cost me $70, you're looking at 7 cents an hour. It cost me like that much just to take two people to the movies. Video games do have bang for their buck in the entertainment thing, but $100? $100. $100? That's nuts. And you know what? I'm not the only person to think that's nuts. Now, $100 for a video game really is not new because we've seen a lot of franchises do this over the last little while. They would release the title at X price, usually $59, $60, and I'm not mentioning any names, Black Ops, but then they would start releasing DLC. Which is downloadable content, and it's another $15, another $20, another $15. So you can buy a season pass. By the time you're done, it's well over $100. A lot of people are not willing to shell out $100 for maybe good, maybe not. I don't know. And like I said, a good game for me, 1,000 hours. People are more often than not. I'm hearing people like, yeah, I'm going to wait for a Steam sale. I'm going to wait for to go down in price. And I find this interesting because it seems like gaming companies are just trying to soak us for every dollar they can get. At the same time, people are making arguments, well, it's becoming more and more expensive to produce a video game. A lot of A titles are like the price of an A-list movie in the price that they're paying to develop that game, to make that game and stuff like that. So they have a huge investment. So obviously they want to recoup their cash and stuff like that. But Grand Theft Auto, $69. But I find this is one of the things I find really interesting is that the old days, they would release a title for X price, and then they would release new content either inexpensively or over time. And StarCraft, $39. Deluxe, $59. And what would happen is you have this really cool thing called a bell curve. So as it starts out, early adopters buy here full price. It goes on sale. Most people buy it here. Then it goes down. A lot more people buy it, and then eventually you can get it for $5 in the bargain bin. Battlefield Hardline, $79. If you have any doubt, look at the StarCraft series, right? Which generally has stayed at a reasonable price the whole time, comes down a little bit over time, but sells millions and millions of copies. And we'll have add-on packs and DLC and all the good stuff like that. But now people are coming, you know what? It's $100, man. Batman, Arkham Knight. I am GamerDad. $100 with DLC. Give me my money. Where's my money? And I don't know if people are willing to pay $100. Again, at $100, it better be good. Again, I'm going to talk about Evolve. Evolve came out, they pumped that game, but then there was so much DLC for it, and you're like, well, wait a minute, is the game $70? Is it $90? Is it $100? Is it $114? How much I paying for this game that I may or may not like? A lot of people were not willing to pay that. And you look at the number of copies. Now, I've tried to look at how many copies Evolve sold, and I've heard everything from 190 to like 320. Let's say it's 300,000 copies. That's a lot of money. That's great. Chocolate bar companies. Now, I don't know if you guys remember, but about 10 years ago, chocolate bar companies were trying to maximize their profits. So what did they do? The price of the chocolate bar went up, and the chocolate bars got smaller, smaller, and smaller. And you know what happened? People stopped buying chocolate bars. Next thing you know, like, I ain't giving you $9 for a little piece of chocolate. I don't think so. Recently, actually, I did the same thing with Haagen-Dazs, man. I went to buy a Haagen-Dazs bar. The bar was like the size of like a piece. It was like horrible. I'm like, I'm not buying that. What happened? Eventually, chocolate bars companies went, oh, nobody's buying a chocolate bar. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna give them more, and now you can buy a chocolate bar like the size of a Buick for $1 something. And guess what? Chocolate bars are selling. I wonder if the game industry is gonna go through that as well. And then I see titles, like I said, I'm gonna mention one of my favorite games, which is DayZ, which is still in alpha. That game came out for like $25 originally. Then I think it went to $30, and I think it's gonna level out around $40. For the full release when it comes out. So you're $40, $50, right? And that's a game that's going through a 3-year life cycle. I believe H1Z1's going to do the same thing. Arc is saying it's going to do the same thing, and they're banging out content and doing all stuff like that too. So really, I'm going to go back to that. I'm very, very curious. Can you imagine if something like Black Ops came out for like $50 and $20 for that? Most people would be like, yeah, baby. I think they would sell like hotcakes. It would be absolutely insane. There's other games that charge so much for add-on content that they have not done well at all. You know, like a game that I was really stoked about, like Mech Warrior Online. That one, it's a very expensive game to play. And then you have other games that are free to play, and they kind of hit you and stuff like that. By the time you're done, you probably spent $100 because you bought tanks or warships or whatever it is. And you have games like World of Warcraft, same thing, man. They release good content and stuff like that, but then you can buy mounts, you can do all this kind of stuff like that. In the end, maybe you spend $100 again. So I don't know. Is saying $100 up front? $100. Maybe being honest and saying this is what games cost now because it costs us a lot of money to make them. Is it better to be tricked and slowly sucked in? Should the prices go down and sales go up? I don't know. I really don't know. But I do know that $100 is a big mental jump in people's heads. For me, for a lot of parents, for a lot of gamers, and a land where, you know, most of us are trying to get by with less. Are we really willing to pay more? I'd really like to hear what you guys think. So leave a comment below the video. Let me know what you think, whether you think it's worth it, whether you mind paying the extra buck, whether you think it's gone crazy. You know, I'd really, really like to hear what the gaming community has to say. And as usual, if you can do me a favor, take the time to hit that subscribe button so I'll keep doing more videos like this. Also check me out on Twitch and Twitter. And I will see you again soon. Thanks for watching. GamerDad out. Do me a favor. Stop. Do me a favor. No. Leave a comment after the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, but leave a comment. No. After that.